Lord Nathaniel Illuminati Masonburger the 57th via interdimensional video link. Hello, Lord Rockerchilds, or may I call you Master? You may. Master, it's hard to believe, given your infinite wealth and undeniable influence, that you're not pulling a few strings here and there on planet Earth at the moment. Is there any truth in these wacky conspiracy theories? It's all true. You exist only to serve us. We own you, you are our cattle, your lives are insignificant and irrelevant. We allow you to live only insofar as it suits our purposes, and when it doesn't, we will dispose of you, like rubbing out doodles. Your lives are ours to give or take away as we choose. I see. Well, so would there be any truth in the rumor that many of us will soon be killed in a nuclear war, and the ones who are left will be microchipped, so your rule over us is more absolute and more convenient?
What a load of nonsense. We already control you completely with alcohol, sport, TV and takeaway food. Why would we make our lives more complicated with all that microchip rubbish? None of you are going anywhere we don't want you to. As for population reduction, it's an attractive idea, but so much the better for us if you all starve to death. Well, we blame it on the economy. The prolonged suffering of millions gives me such a stiffy. I can hardly wait for the next meeting of the inner circle when we'll all be getting off on the misery of your squalid little lives.
You're very welcome, Master. One last question. How do you cope with all the protests and calls to expose you and your shadowy rule?
The opposition to us is ineffective and poorly organised. They throw rocks at the police, make websites and videos with a great pyramid and some snappy rock music. Like that's going to change anything. We own your money, your police, your armies, the very ground beneath your feet. Don't waste your time trying to fight us. Your death will simply be longer and more painful.
A few wealthy bankers who own the earth. Here's Lord Astro Rockerchild the 11th, speaking at a conference to decide how to get rid of poor people and keep war factories open. That should be how to kill peasant scum and keep making money. How to distract the population from slavery whilst ensuring their slavery. Nice. Anyway, here's Lord Astor.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's not beat around the bush. The economy sucks, growth is down, and poverty is beginning to spread to the middle classes. Now, you all know what happens when those whinging tossers suffer just a little bit. It's moan, moan, fucking moan. Before you know it, they'll be articulately questioning why all the habitable land on Earth is owned by us, a few wealthy families. And we don't want that, do we? It's been proposed that we declare war on extraterrestrials in order to increase fear, insecurity and military spending. Now, it doesn't matter if aliens exist or not. Let me remind you, the global terrorists don't exist. Well, except us, of course. And look how much money they made for us. So, after declaring war on ET, we create some kind of fake attack on a city that's going down anyway as sea levels rise, London, Tokyo, New York, that sort of place. And then we say, E.T. did it. It's bloody marvellous. We flash a couple of grainy pictures, loop the video from the fake attack on TV. It works every time, I assure you. So, now, this will mean massive spending on our corporate war machine. I mean defence budgets. And as millions of dumb smucks join space marines from all over Earth, we'll be able to send them to their deaths on the dark side of the moon, where the alien bases are. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. This is not only good for the economy, but it thins out the number of peasants. Spiffing good idea. We could go on forever. Well, at least until real aliens turn up to share their technology with humankind and show us how to live in peace and harmony. Then I'm afraid we're all fucked. But until then, no one can stop us. It'll be almost as good as the 2 world wars we faked, or that 9/11 thingy the Bushes cooked up. Anyway, chin chin.
That we really are much more intelligent and better organised than the great mass of humans. We don't rule you because we deserve to rule, we just do. In contrast to the many opposing forces to elite rule, which are fractured, disparate, poorly funded and barely organised organised at all. I can't begin to tell you how contemptible and beneath us we think you all are. Perhaps if you could imagine how you feel about ants or the dog shit you scrape off your feet. Something like that, but probably less interesting. Most of the time, we like to be hidden behind the fraud of democracy. Yes, you can elect some hick Joe anybody into office for a few years. Someone who looks and sounds just like you. Poorly educated, voodoo-believing dummies. Puppets for our network of vast wealth and power. This keeps you happy and us hidden. But really, it's us and our families who have all the gold, all the important land, and all the big businesses. We control all the large countries, and we rule over you from our secret mansions. Okay, well, it's been nice talking to you. You can all go back to work now and pay the fake debt you owe to the fake economy managed by your fake leaders. Beni vidi vici, e vaffanculo la mortacci tuo.
Phew! Phew! The global destroy the planet to make people rich machine is back on track. Here's Lord Astor Rockerchild the 11th gloating over our stupidity.
We couldn't be much happier with the way things worked out, you know. I personally thought it would be much harder to saddle all you peasants with trillions and trillions of toxic liabilities. That's debt to you and me. Ensuring your children and your children's children get born, work, shop and die for myself and a few other wealthy banking families. But you live and learn, yes. It's a source of great pride and no little entertainment to me and my cohorts that you have been royally fucked. Oh yes. Not that you weren't before, you know. But the scale of the economic lie, the audacity of the proposition and the end result is simply mind-boggling, gut-wrenchingly funny. Not only were you forced by law to give up currencies based upon precious metals some time ago, actually, leaving you deluded paupers, not only were you chaperoned into an economy based upon debt by the very people who profit from that debt. My goodness me, it really doesn't get any better than this. Not only, but when the shit hit the fan, you were quickly persuaded to take on the losses of the failed make shit, eat shit economy so we could carry on regardless. I say.
Well, we'll leave Lord Astor Rockerchild the 11th there. More on that story later.